mute my phone. Gives me a good view. Hi guys, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm going to show you this in a couple minutes. Let me get the first giveaway going. Welcome in. We're going to have a raid here in just a couple minutes. And then I will introduce myself and this fun um, scrapbook that I found and altered. So a bit of an altered scrapbook of sorts. And I've got this one close by so I can read the comments. All right. So the first giveaway, this is actually a more practical one, guys. And I wanted to let everybody know that I headed off to Michael's to grab some scrapbook paper that I didn't actually need, but I had to take a look. And Valentine's, Christmas, Easter, St. Patrick's, all the holidays are on sale. Anyway, these little boxes, I bought one for myself and then one for you guys. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. I was just saying that this is the first giveaway. It's a cute little box for your scraps. It was meant to be a Valentine's Day box, but I started using it. They have them in 2 sizes at Michael's, and they were 70% off, and I thought this was just perfect. So I'm going to get your day started with a scrap box where you can just tuck your little scrappies in there and keep your area clean. And in addition to the scraps, I also have a signature that's plain, and this will make more sense later, and then I'll include a few of the fun papers that you're going to see. But let me just take a moment while you guys are entering that giveaway to introduce myself. My name is Tara. I go by Tara E. Casas, got my middle initial on my username here, and this is what we're going to have the most fun with. So I used to be a teacher, and I can't help but teach what I learn. I absolutely am loving learning about junk journals, and in so doing, I've just started branching out and going different places and finding different things, and I found this old office supply store, and they have some of these vintage office supplies. So I'm actually going to open this up on camera. Okay, and then if anybody needs some cards, I'm going to show you the candy colors. I think, let's see, what was it going to do? I'm going to do it over and over again. $3 for 10 cards. And you can choose whatever colors you want. So if you need 10 red, if you need 10 pink, if you need 10, and look, they've got this great patina to them because they've been, some of them have been sitting on the shelf forever. Okay, not some of them, the whole package. So here's the different colors. Some neon brights, some dark blues. I'd never seen these before, at least when I was thrifting and out and about. So it's going to be choice of 10. I'm going to run it for 10 seconds to start, just to gauge interest. And then I'm going to show, yeah, you can do whatever. It's buyer's choice. So I'm going to run it over and over again. There's no need to outbid one another. Okay. $3, and whatever ones you want, you can have. You can have 10 of your choice. So I'll do that a few different times. And in the meantime, I wanted to also show you this lovely scrapbook that I found and that I started to alter, and then decided that I would put a little bit of the Mother Goose theme to it too. So it's cool cover here, and check out the back here. It actually opens like this. And Red Rock, what colors would you like? Assorted, please. You got it. All right. And then let me see. I should be able to run it again. Assorted is easy. And next, who else would like 10 cards? I can do an assortment, or I can do 10 of an individual color. If you want to bid twice, then I can do 10 reds, 10 blues. There's 500 cards here, so quite a few combinations possible. This first one is the only one that's got that extra little glam to it. All right, so opening this up, wanted to show that it's kind of it's not a hardcover and yet not a soft cover. It's kind of a bendable cover journal. Grammy petals, yay! What colors did you want? Thank you, Red Rock. Assorted, perfect. Run it again. Assorted is easy. I don't even need to make some notes. We'll do 5 seconds. And so in the front, there's a bunch of photographs and a postcard. And then, obviously this little pocket kind of looks like it was a school project. And then open it up on the inside, and it's got more of this kind of it's almost like a wrapping paper and some cards there. This really great paper. Mona, what kind of cards would you like? Assorted, awesome. Let me do it again. Okay, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to do this little flip through. So there's a bunch of papers at the front here, and giveaway winner. Elsie Vintage, perfect. I enjoyed your show. I really didn't want to leave your show. I wanted you to keep going. So I'll see if I can sneak back in at 3 o'clock today, or at least I'll bookmark and follow because I love a good storybook. I love all those vintage books that you had. Good for you. Yeah. So it takes care of your shipping. And now if you wanted to get some of these cards, you can. So let me run that again. Let's see. Is it running? Yeah. Elsie Vintage is winning. So tell me, did you want an assortment or other colors? Specific colors. I'm just kind of flipping through this. Assortment, please. Awesome. All right. I wasn't sure. I was like, I think they're going to love these. And now I'm going to go back. Now you guys are giving me permission to go back and dig around and see what else they have, because I know, let's see what else I have within reach. I did get a ledger. I'm not ready to give that up yet, but I feel like they had, it's been a while since I went. They had vintage Rolodex cards. I just need to put together some packs, but I'm not in the same house that I was in last year. And so all of my stuff is in storage. All right. Last call. Gonna do this one more time, and then I'll move it over to the bin for $4. And if anybody else wants an assortment for $4, they can grab it from the bin, especially if you end up buying something else. All right, perfect. I'll set those off to the side. Thank you to everyone that grabbed them. Hi, Hazy, how are you? I used some of your, I'm working on it. It's not ready yet, but the napkins that you sent me in the package. So I'm trying to use up everything. All right, the candy colored library cards are going to run down, and I'm going to go back to then showing you this, and I'm going to pin it. Okay, the starting price for this one is $10, which is a steal of a deal. And, oh, it was at 30 seconds, that's why. All right, I'm going to set the auction for 5 minutes. I'll probably end up running it twice because I really want to talk and show. I like a show and tell kind of show. I hope that's okay with you guys. That's my favorite kind of show. I enjoy watching YouTube flip throughs so much. So I wanted to show you this one, right? So this journal I made from a folio that I found. It actually, let me flip to the very back. The second to last page. So I found these, you can often find these great art folios where phone call there. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So anyway, this was the title page. This was the cover rather, and I flipped it completely around because I really wanted to work with the texture of this and the size. I wanted to challenge myself to do this kind of storybook, scrapbook in a much larger size. And all of these cards, all of these photographs are ones that I found at the bins. And so to me, they tell a story about this person. I don't know who this person is, but instead I just wanted to kind of make it an adventure or a bit of a scrapbook that this person might have made, right? I already opened it once. I'll show you that unique closure at the end. And again, going with that kind of school theme, storybook theme and adventures. Here's that textured paper again. And as we flip it open, you can see I have a true love of paper. So I've got a vintage Braille page here. And then on the inside, I've got a few loose pages, only because these don't bind it. They kind of tear when you try to bind them. And then, of course, I included some Mother Goose pages. Spring is showery, flowery, bowery. Summer is happy, choppy, poppy, etc. Okay, so that's the front side. That is a great little area for tucking pictures or large pictures on the front. and then larger pages in that little kind of envelope area. It's not a true pocket. This one is avocado dye. I was experimenting with avocado dye, and you can see that there was ink on the page underneath it, and so it kind of bled through. I'm loving that. And then I included in this journal a little bit more of the wrapping paper that I used for the cover and some postcards. And you'll see everything kind of has this really vintage washed look. There's no printouts, no digital, so everything is original to either a book or authentic ephemera. And I love this as a template for how to create more little like postcard booklets like that. And then a postcard there, Redwood. I live in California, so I got a lot of California ephemera. Here's a page from the annotated Mother Goose, which is a book that I have that explains the history of all of the different Mother Goose rhymes that we know. Cute little fussy cut there. Okay. Page on the left is just a table of contents page from a book. But this one is a little, again, I collect all of the old flashcards that I find. I love to go to the bins. I love to go thrifting. And then I'm really trying hard to just use scraps. I don't love the junk journals that are just like the trashy ones. And when I say trashy, I'm saying that they're actually made of, so all the wrappers and magazines and junk mail and stuff like that. I like repurposing this stuff in a way that it looks vintage. And so some of it is true vintage, and then some of it, like from a wine box, is made to look vintage. And then there's another picture of the little boy who I imagined made this little book. Okay. And then experimenting with coffee dye. And here is a vintage ledger. I'm not going to go through every page in this book. I'm going to show you just a few more, and then I'll go on to the next giveaway. But I love that I found this old 1900 ledger and included, just little tidbits of fabric, an old worn pair of jeans here. This again, bringing Mother Goose into it. It's all about sailing and the ocean, and this one is just kind of a little flip-up bookmark of sorts. I've got all these great pages from stamp books and stamps. And then this is from one of my favorite illustrators. I don't know how to actually pronounce his name, but I wanted to show you guys. Gyo and then Fujikawa. Gyo. And I noticed that I used the Mother Goose. I want to actually include that in my collection. The Mother Goose book is not one that I have as part of my collection yet. But anyway, beautiful illustrations and nice big pages that I didn't want to have in half. That's why I wanted to explore how to use a bigger format. Rarely do we see junk journals in these giant formats. This is a really wonderful piece of stationery that's laser cut. So I just clipped that on there. Just trying to be funny like the little boy might have been. That created this one. So, the eyes peeking there, and there's a lot of religious iconography in some of the books that I choose, lots of liberal arts themes. So history, travel, religion, and I just feel like it all goes with the papers. So again, using that old ledger there, and then a little flashcard here about a lad. This is calligraphy instruction book, and this is the first time I found this. This is calligraphy practice paper. Okay, and then flipping through again, look at these. I found a book with all of these Pantone fabric swatches, and so I had fun matching up the colors when I showed this to my daughter this morning. She's like, "That's the exact colors." I was like, "I know, I matched it perfectly." So I was really enjoying taking that theme and just kind of getting creative with what I have. Not your traditional storybook, but the idea that there are so many stories to be told based on the history of these papers and these pages. Doesn't he look like Magellan? Stuffed that pocket with some vintage ephemera there, and then really looked at how to take pages and instead of folding them in half, putting them as a true folio through the center, so that a lot of these pages, you see, they're the true pages from different books. They're not torn. Rather, I took all the books apart in a way that you could preserve each of the different folios. Welcome in, everybody. Let me get the next giveaway going so that I don't lose you. And wanted to show you again, just trying to use up all of my scraps. So from this journal, I took a bunch of the different scraps and I created this tiny little zine. And it's got little pockets. It's Rumpelstiltskin, and it's pretty cute. Just playing with scraps. And this was from a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper that I didn't love. And so I've been watching some tutorials, YouTube, on how to kind of use up papers in a way that, you know, is purposeful and fun, and experimenting with collage and such. So that's the little giveaway, just to kind of inspire you to keep on creating. And let me get that going. Okay, it is good. And again, even if Rumpelstiltskin isn't your thing, it will get you some reduced shipping if you wanted to add some of the library cards. So let me go back, and I'm going to switch the library cards to the buy it now. It would be an assortment of candy colored library cards, $4. And that is in the buy it now if anybody wants to add that or just joined and didn't notice. So you would get an assortment of colors. I didn't do the math yet to see, but like 2 each, one of the white maybe, or skip the white, and candy colored, perfect for your storybook themes. All right, just gonna flip through these last couple pages while that giveaway is going, and see if there was anything else that I super wanted to highlight. Oh, here's an actual page from one of my Mother Goose books, and turned it into a pocket. And look at this vintage card, scuba diving card. So many of the different junk journals that I see online are more feminine, more girly, and I liked the idea that this one was a little bit more boyish, a little bit more rough, a little more academic, and a little bit less fairy tale. And I'd actually, I think before I even knew that we were doing the Mother Goose theme, had taken this page out and just wanted to play with wax and coffee, and I love the crinkle to it. So that's there. This is the center of the signature. It's a single signature storybook. And more flips and tucks, more photos. The horse that is here is also here. Again, the idea being that obviously you can journal on any of these pages. You can write or paint on any of these pages. I've included fabric. There's little Tom Tucker and little collages here. This was funny. This is the last little story that I'll tell, and then I have a couple other things that I wanted to show you guys. So I had this page in the book already, and then as I was going through my scraps, I found the same The Old Woman of Gloucester in my scrap pile. So I just thought that was interesting, and I went ahead and used that as inspiration, kind of did a tiny collage down here in the corner, and then decided to add some parrot pages. There's some music pages and some interesting graph paper. This is chocked full of different ephemera and gives you ideas of how you can do different pockets. I think, since this one looks like it's going to stay with me, that this is going to go to my son's classroom. I haven't decided yet whether I want to give it away to a little guy that I have in mind, or if I think I'm going to give it to my son's classroom, and I'll show you why. Okay? Any questions, comments? Oh yeah, that one too, the little flashcard. This one, vintage ephemera, 3 cents, never posted. Yeah, exactly. Steampunk. I do see it sometimes when it comes, the more masculine ones oftentimes are the inventors, steampunk, or criminal, which I didn't think was great. You don't see as many about like travelers or just about little boys and little boy blue. All right. And putting those last pages there, and check this out. Okay, so I wanted to show that I had this vintage piano roll, and I will include more of those papers in future projects. but it was already coming apart, and I don't mind it at all. That was real vintage tape there. And this is a pocket in the back. Okay, closed up. And let me show you this closure because I came up with this in the middle of the night last night. So I did a grommet here, and I couldn't find my larger grommet. I didn't love my larger grommets for this one. Red Rock, you won the giveaway. Awesome. Okay, so I took this. This is another tip, you guys. I don't have it in front of me. Let's see, I've got another 10 minutes. I really do love to talk and teach, so I hope you guys don't mind that this one was a little atypical when it comes to shows. Let's see, which one? So Rumpelstiltskin, and then I'm going to show you how to close this one, but, oh, the garden storybook. Okay, let me pin. Yeah, you know what? Okay, so got kids, I have the wrong one running. The one that you're winning, I'm sorry, I was talking and I pinned it at the wrong time. So this is the one that you're winning, sweetheart. There's another minute, so let me go ahead and describe it to everybody else in case somebody else wants to bid on it. Because this one, this book was $10 start. I took a few scrap fabrics that I found at this lovely craft store that I go to that is all crafts to be upcycled, all, I forget what, repurposed store, right? And so I had this lovely piece of vintage kind of garden storybook character, right? Look at all those images. Aren't those gorgeous? I don't know if this was from a sheet or this is how I got it. It's got a buttonhole there, or if somebody was making something. Anyway, I took a couple of fabric samples, so they were already carded, and a piece of quilting, and just kind of layered these things together. And I haven't sewn it, and I haven't really glued it too much except the edges, because then you can use all of the, not that one as much, sorry. You can use these as pockets if you want to. So got one, kids, I'm sorry if I was confusing there. This is what you just got, sweetheart. Is that okay? Holly Hobby, thank you, got one, kids. It is Holly Hobby. You're right. I was just thinking storybook in general, but I'm used to seeing Holly Hobby in blue and brown. I hadn't seen her in pink. So you're going to get this little cute, sweet scrap and this little scrap, which I think would make an adorable journal. I just have this one little vintage plant book page in there to kind of show what it could be. So it's little pieces, okay? I hope you love that. Hope you love that. And then if you wanted to add a few of these cards, you've already paid shipping. So these are 10 for $4, assorted colors in the bin. Okay, so that was a giveaway. This was $1. This one, I'm going to show you guys how to close, and then if by chance, I'm not going to do it for a minute this time, I will do it for 30 seconds. Sorry, it's taking me 30 seconds to do that. All right, guys, so this one is up one more time. $10 start, because otherwise it's going to go to my son's classroom, I think. I really want to encourage them to start junk journaling from a kid's perspective. But anyway, I took a X-Acto knife and just cut through. It's a thick enough cover and deep enough in that you can do that. And then just kind of tie a knot, and I'm going to tell you about this fabric. Any guesses as to where I got this fabric? It's I will say it's not from that store. And then I liked the idea that you can almost kind of, if you do it a little bit longer, you can almost carry it like a little satchel. And my daughter actually made a satchel. Yay! I'm so excited that you're taking this home. I hope it inspires you. I had so much fun doing this, and it's just chock full of ephemera. And here, let me tell you this, okay? All of my journals, all of my creations, obviously, you know, some people like to put them on the shelf and look at them. Other people like to write in them. I am A-okay with you tearing this apart and using every piece in 100 different journals or however you desire, because sometimes you don't want the fishing theme, or sometimes you don't like the religious iconography, or sometimes you just want the old papers. So I'm so excited that this is going home with you. I had a lot of fun doing it, and now I'm inspired to make a different one because I have another one of these folios for my son's class. So yay, yay, yay. Oh, any guesses as to where I got this fabric? because it's a YouTube tip that I learned that I almost hesitate to share because it's so good. I was like, oh, I could probably sell all those scraps. Any guesses? No guesses? These scraps come from a chindi rug. So the rugs are, everybody take notes, the rugs are at Five Below. You can also find them probably at Walmart, and they used to be at like Bed Bath & Beyond and some of the other home goods stores. But anyway, mine is out of reach, so I can't grab it. But they're the rag rugs where they have tassels on the end, and they're woven in India usually. And so if you take a seam ripper or anything else, just a pair of scissors or something that's sharp, and kind of cut each of the seams, then you get all of these really incredible Indian fabrics. And a lot of them are just plain woven, like solid colors. They're nothing extraordinary, but the entire rug is multicolored. So for $5, you get a huge pile. I'm not even a third of the way through, and I already have this many scraps. So that is my big tip for the day, and that is where this scrap came from. So, all right, let's see. We've got 4 minutes left. Let me see if I have anything left in the library cards are in the buy now. Nothing left in the auction, nothing left in the giveaways. Okay, I'm going to show you one more thing, guys. This is Tara Teaches, and then we're going to raid Cats Forever Crafts in just a few minutes, okay? We're going to raid Cats for... Yay, another giveaway winner! Elsie Vintage, you won the scrap box and signet... Wait, why is it doing that to me? Oh, because I'm on a different... Sorry. That was my computer weirding out. Oh, you just found junk journaling? Oh my goodness. Once you find it, I was up all night having fun. Scrapping. So I wanted to show you guys this one. This one is the one that I made for my son's teacher, and I thought about selling it because I've packed it chock full of stuff, and then I decided no. I designed this for him, so I'm going to continue, and so it kind of goes with that same theme. I'm not going to be able to do an entire flip through. I can maybe do that later, but I wanted to show you guys how I literally thought outside the box. I took a drink box similar to this one where it's got these little, so like the little flappy things there, okay, like a little mini cereal box would work. This one is a similar size, you can see, but this one has a different opening. But basically take a box this size that is like a cereal box that has that kind of flap and turn it on inside out, and then just go crazy wild and start covering it. And I love that this one is a true box, and I'm really proud of myself for coming up with a few unique closures. I bought a grommet maker on eBay, a grommet squeezer, and it was all vintage grommets. And last night I learned how to make a snap. I was pretty excited about that. But then I took a magnet out of my maquillage foundation makeup box because I noticed when I went to open a new box, I was like, wait, that snaps. So check it out. It's a magnet that I took out of that box, just rethinking all of my packaging. Okay, and then there's another piano roll there and stamps and stuff. But look, it took a while. It wasn't easy because I had to extend it, and it's fickle, but I still love the idea of it. I still love the idea of the fact that this is a box that can sit on the shelf. So at the same time, you can open it up and there's this whole world of wonderful. And all of this is my favorite little piece of ephemera. The last thing I'm going to be able to show you because I don't have time for the flip through. I maybe will keep it and flip through and videotape it for my YouTube channel, which has barely started. But look at this. This is a taxidermy receipt. Taxidermy receipt. And then there's all kinds of other papers inside there that are similar to the ones that I showed you in that first jumbo journal. So I hope that everybody enjoyed my kind of show and tell style. It really is more fun sometimes for me to talk about what I've created than to try and list it and sell it. I like creating. I like the creating side of it, and I'm going to enjoy watching everybody else's shows. So please do follow and bookmark. I think I'm in another raid train. I'll do something similar. And in the meantime, let's head over to Kat. Thank you, Retired Kathy. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to head over to Kat and see what she's got. I've never been in one of her shows, so that's the great thing about these read trains is that you get to see new people. And Elsie Vintage, please tag me if I forget to show up for your show because I've kind of spent more time on YouTube than whatnot. And let's see, Cats with a K. Make sure I spell it right. Well, I'm coming, not Kratz. That's the TV show, Cats. There we are. Cats Forever Crafts. Off we go, guys. Let's have fun in her show. Hi, Too Cute. We're headed over to Raid. I'll talk to you by text. Love you guys. Bye.